Introduction and Dramatis Personae for Hercules by Georg Friedrich Händel and Thomas Broughton. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Hercules, a musical drama as performed at Oxford, set by Mr. Händel. Dramatis Personae. Hercules,
read by Algy Pug.
Deianira, his wife,
read by WendyKatzHiller.
Hyllus, his son,
read by Giordano.
Iole, Princess of Ochalia,
read by ShrimpPhish.
Lichas, a herald,
read by Brian Fullen.
Priest of Jupiter,
read by Larry Wilson.
A Trachinian,
read by Agnes Robert Behr.
Chorus of Trachinians and Ochelians, read by Alan Mapstone. Narration by Alan Mapstone. Scene: Trachis in Thessaly. Advertisement. The following drama is founded on the story of Hercules and Deianira as it is related by Ovid in the 9th book of his Metamorpheses, and the same subject as it is treated by Sophocles in his tragedy called the Trachinians. End of introduction and Dramatis Personae. Act 1 of Hercules by Georg Friedrich Händel and Thomas Broughton. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Act 1. Scene 1. A royal apartment. Deianira and Trachinians.
See with what sad dejection in her looks, indulging grief, the mourning princess sits. She weeps from morning's dawn to shades of night, from gloom of night to reddening blush of morn, uncertain of Alcides' destiny, disconsolate, his absence she laments. No longer fate relentless frown, preserve great Jove the hero's life, with glories wreath his actions crown, and oh, restore him to his weeping wife.
O Hercules, why art thou absent from me? Return, return, my hero, to my arms. O gods, how racking are the pains of absence to one who loves, who fondly loves like me. The world, when day's career is run, in darkness mourns the absent sun. So I, deprived of that dear light that warmed my breast and cheered my sight, deplore in thickest gloom of grief the absence of the valiant chief.
Scene 2. To them Hyllus.
My son, dear image of thy absent sire, what comfort bringest thou to thy mother's ear?
Eager to know my father's destiny, I bade the priests, with solemn sacrifice, explore the will of heaven. The altar smoked, the slaughter of victim bled, when lo, around the hallowed walls a sudden glory blazed. The priest acknowledged the auspicious omen, and owned the present God, when, in a moment, the temple shook, the glory disappeared, and more than midnight darkness veiled the place. At length the reverend Slayman, full of the deity, prophetic spoke. I feel the God, he swells my breast. Before my eyes the future stands confessed. I see the valiant chief in death laid low, and flames aspire from Oeta's lofty brow. He said, the sacred fury left his breast, and on the ground the fainting prophet fell.
Then I am lost. O dreadful oracle! My griefs hang heavy on my laboring soul, and soon will sink me to the realms of night. There, once again, I shall behold my Hercules, or whirl the lance, or bend the stubborn bow, or to the listening ghosts his toils recount. There, in myrtle shades reclined, by streams that through Elysium wind, in sweetest union we shall prove eternity of bliss and love.
Despair not, but let rising hope suspend excess of grief, till I have learned the certainty of my dear father's fate. To tomorrow's sun shall see your Hyllus bend his pious steps, to seek the hero through the travelled globe. If yet he lives, I will restore him to you, or perish in the search. Where congealed the northern streams, bound in icy fetters stand, where the sun's intenser beams scorch the burning Libyan sand. By honour, love, and duty led, with adventurous steps I'll tread.
O filial piety, O generous love, go, youth inspired, thy virtue prove. Immortal fame attends thee, and pitying heaven befriends thee. O filial piety, O generous love, go, youth inspired, thy virtue prove. Scene 3. To them Lichas.
Banish your fears. Alcmena's godlike son lives, and from sacked Ocalia, which his arms have levelled with the ground, returns a conqueror.
O joyful news! Welcome as rising day to the benighted world, or falling showers to the parched earth. Ye lying omens, hence! Hence every anxious thought. Begone, my fears, fly hence away, like clouds before the morning ray. My hero found, with laurels crowned, heaven relenting, fate consenting, springing joys my griefs control, and rising transports swell my soul.
Exeunt Deianira and Hyllus.
How soon is deepest grief exchanged for bliss! The smiling hours, a joyful train, on silken pinions waft again the moments of delight. Returning pleasures banish woe, as ebbing streams recruited flow, and day succeeds to night.
Let none despair, relief may come though late, and heaven can snatch us from the verge of fate. Scene 4. A square before the palace. Iole and Ochalian virgins led captive.
Ye faithful followers of the wretched Iole, your bonds sit heavier on me than my own. Unhappy maids, my fate has dragged you down, like some huge pile that crushes with its fall the neighbouring domes and spreads wide ruin round. Alas, Arastria, captivity, like the destroyer death, throws all distinctions down, and slaves are equal. But if the gods relent and give us back to our lost liberty, ah me, how soon the flatterer hope is ready with his cordial. Vain expectation. No, adieu forever, ye smiling joys and innocent delights of youth and liberty, severe remembrance. Daughter of God's bright liberty, with thee 1,000 graces reign, 1,000 pleasures crowd thy train, and hail thee, loveliest deity. But thou, alas, hast winged thy flight, the graces that surround thy throne, and all the pleasures with thee gone, removed forever from thy sight.
But hark! The victor comes.
Exeunt. Scene 5. A square before the palace. Hercules and attendants, with Iole and Achalian virgins led captive.
Thanks to the powers above, but chief to thee, Father of gods, from whose immortal loins I drew my birth. Now my long toils are o'er, and Juno's rage appeased. With pleasure now, at rest, my various labours I review. Euchalia's fall is added to my titles, and points the rising summit of my glory.
Hercules turning to Iole.
Fair princess, weep no more. Forget these bonds. In Trachinian you are free, as in Oechalia.
Forgive me, generous victor, if a sigh for my dead father, for my friends, my country, will have its way. I cannot yet forget that such things were, and that I once enjoyed them. My father, methinks I see the sword inflict the deadly wound. He bleeds, he falls in agony. Dying he bites the crimson ground. Peaceful rest, dear parent shade, light the earth beyond thee laid. In thy daughter's pious mind, all thy virtues live enshrined.
Exeunt Iole and Achalians. Scene 5. Hercules.
Now farewell, arms. From hence the tide of time shall bear me gently down to mellow age. From war to love I fly, my cares to lose in gentle Deianira's fond embrace. The god of battles quits the bloody field, and useless hangs the glittering spear and shield, while all resign to conquering beauty's charms, he gives a loose to love in Cytherea's arms.
Crown with festal pomp the day, be mirth extravagantly gay. Bid the grateful altars smoke, bid the maids the youth provoke, to join the dance while music's voice tells aloud our rapturous joys. End of Act 1. Act 2 of Hercules by Georg Friedrich Händel and Thomas Broughton. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Act 2. Scene 1. An apartment. Iole and Achalians.
Why was I born a princess, raised on high, to fall with greater ruin? Had the gods made me the humble tenant of some cottage, I had been happy. How blessed the maid ordained to dwell with sweet content in humble cell, from cities far removed, by murmuring rills and verdant plains, to tend the flocks with village swains, by every swain beloved, though low, yet happy in that low estate, and safe from ills which on a princess wait.
Scene 2. To her Deianira. Deianira aside, entering.
It must be so. Fame speaks aloud my wrongs, and every voice proclaims Alcides' falsehood. Love, jealousy, and rage at once distract me.
What anxious cares untimely thus disturb the happy consort of the son of Jove?
Fame of thy beauty, so report informs me, first brought Alcides to Oechalia's court. He saw, he loved, he asked you of your father. His suit rejected, in revenge, he levelled the haughty town and bore away the spoil. But the rich prize for which he fought and conquered was Iole.
Ah, no, it was ambition, not slighted love, that laid Oechalia low, and made the wretched Iole a captive. Report, that in the garb of truth disguises the blackest falsehoods, has abused your ear with a forged tale. But, oh, let me conjure you, for your dear peace of mind, beware of jealousy. Ah, to think what ills the jealous prove! Adieu to peace, adieu to love, exchanged for endless pain. With venom fraught the bosom swells, and never-ceasing discord dwells, where harmony should reign.
Too sure it is that Hercules is false.
Deianira going. Scene 3. To them Lichas.
My godlike master
Is a traitor, Lichas, traitor to Hymen, love, and Deianira.
Alcides false? Impossible. As stars that rise and disappear, still in the same bright circle move, so shines unchanged thy hero's love, nor absence can his faith impair. The breast where generous valor dwells, in constancy no less excels.
In vain you strive his falsehood to disguise.
Exit Deianira.
This is thy work, accursed jealousy.
Jealousy, infernal pest, tyrant of the human breast, how from slighted causes bred dost thou lift thy hated head? Trifles light as floating air, strongest proofs to thee appear. Exit Lichas. Scene 4. Another apartment. Hercules and Deianira.
Yes, I congratulate your titles swelled with proud Oechalia's fall. But oh, I grieve to see the victor to the vanquished yield. How lost! Alas, how fallen from what you was! Your fame eclipsed and all your laurels blasted.
Unjust reproach! No, Deianira, no, while glorious deeds demand a just applause. Alcides' name in latest story shall with brightest lustre shine, and future heroes rise to glory by actions emulating mine.
O glorious pattern of heroic deeds! The mighty warrior, whom nor Juno's hate, nor a long series of incessant labors could e'er subdue, a captive maid has conquered. O shame to manhood! O disgrace of arms! Resign thy club and lion spoils, and fly from war to female toils. For the glittering sword and shield, the spindle and the distaff wield. Thundering Mars no more shall arm thee, Glory's call no more shall warm thee, Venus and her whining boy shall all thy wanton hours employ.
You are deceived. Some villain hath belied my ever-faithful love and constancy.
Would it were so, and that the babbler Fame had not through all the Grecian cities spread the shameful tale.
The priests of Jupiter prepare with solemn rites to thank the power for the success of my victorious arms. The ready sacrifice expects my presence. I go. Meantime let these suspicions sleep, nor causeless jealousy alarm your breast.
Exit Hercules. Scene 5. Deianira.
Dissembling, false, perfidious Hercules! Did he not swear, when first he wooed my love, the sun should cease to dawn, the silver moon be blotted from her orb ere he proved false? Cease, ruler of the day, to rise, nor Cynthia gild the evening skies. To your bright beams he made appeal, with endless night his falsehood seal. Some kinder power inspire me to regain his alienated love, and bring the wanderer back? Ha! Lucky thought! I have a garment dipped in Nessus' blood, when from the wound he drew the barbed shaft sent by Alcides' hand. It boasts a wondrous virtue to revive the expiring flame of love. So Nessus told me, when dying to my hand he trusted it. I will prevail with Hercules to wear it, and prove its magic force. And see, the herald, fit instrument to execute my purpose.
Scene 6. To her Lichas.
Lichas, thy hands shall to the temple bear a rich embroidered vest, and beg thy lord will instant o'er his manly shoulders throw his consort's gift, the pledge of reconcilement.
O pleasing talk, O happy Hercules! Constant lovers, never roving, never jealous torments proving, calm, imperfect pleasures taste, but the bliss to rapture growing, bliss from reconcilement flowing, this is love's sublime repast.
But see, the Princess Iole. Retire.
Exit Lichas.
Be still, my jealous fears, and let my tongue disguise the torture of my bleeding heart.
Scene 7. To her Iole.
Forgive me, princess, if my jealous frenzy too roughly greeted you. I see, and blame the error that misled me to insult that innocence and beauty.
Thank the gods that have inspired your mind with calmer thoughts, and from your breast removed the vulture jealousy. Live and be happy in Alcides' love, while wretched Iole...
Iole weeping.
Princess, no more, but lift those beauteous eyes to the fair prospect of returning happiness. At my request, Alcides shall restore you to liberty and your paternal throne. Joys of freedom, joys of power, wait upon the coming hour, and court thee to be blessed.
What heavenly pleasing sounds I hear! How sweet they steal upon my ear, and charm my soul to rest.
Exit Iole.
Father of Hercules, great Jove, succeed the last expedient of despairing love.
Love and Hymen, hand in hand, come restore the nuptial band, and sincere delights prepare to crown the hero and the fair. Exeunt. End of Act 2. Act 3 of Hercules by Georg Friedrich Händel and Thomas Broughton. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Act 3. Scene 1. Lichas and Trachinians.
Ye sons of Trachinian, mourn your valiant chief, returned from foes and dangers threatening death, to fall inglorious by a woman's hand. O scene of unexampled woe, O son of glory sunk so low, what language can our sorrow tell? Gallant, unhappy chief, farewell.
O fatal jealousy! O cruel recompense of virtue, in severest labours tried!
Tyrants now no more shall dread on necks of vanquished slaves to tread. Horrid forms of monstrous birth again shall vex the groaning earth. All fear of punishment is o'er, the world's avenger is no more. Exeunt. Scene 2. The Temple of Jupiter. Hercules, Hyllus, priests and attendants.
O Jove, what land is this, what clime accursed, by raging Phoebus scorched? I burn, tormenting fires consume me. Oh, I die, some ease, ye pitying powers. I rage with more than Stygian pains, along my feverish veins, like liquid fire the subtle poison hastes. Boreas, bring thy northern blasts, and through my bosom roar. O Neptune, kindly pour ocean's collected flood into my breast, and cool my boiling blood.
Great Jove, relieve his pains.
Was it for this unnumbered toils I bore? O Juno and Eurystheus, I absolve ye. Your keenest malice yields to Deianira's. Mistaken, cruel, treacherous Deianira. Oh, this cursed robe! It clings to my torn sides, and drinks my vital blood.
Alas, my father!
My son, observe thy dying sigh's request. While yet I live, bear me to Ota's top. There, on the summit of that cloud-capped hill, the towering oak and lofty cypress fell and raise a funeral pyre. Upon it lay me, then fire the kindling heap, that I may mount on wings of flame, to mingle with the gods.
O glorious thought, worthy the son of Jove!
Oh, my page redouble! Oh, be quick, my son, and bear me to the scene of glorious death.
How is the hero fallen? Let not fame the tidings spread. To proud Oechalia's conquered wall the baffled foe will lift his head and triumph in the victor's fall.
Exeunt. Hercules is borne off. Scene 3. The Palace. Deianira.
Where shall I fly? Where hide this guilty head? O fatal error of misguided love! O cruel Nessus, how art thou revenged? Wretch that I am! By me Alcides dies. These impious hands have sent my injured lord untimely to the shades. Let me be mad. Chain me, ye furies, to your iron beds, and lash my guilty ghost with whips of scorpions. See, see, they come! Alecto with her snakes, Megaera fell, and black Tisiphone. See the dreadful sisters rise, their baneful presence taints the skies. See the snaky whips they bear, what yellings rend my tortured ear. Hide me from their hated sight, friendly shades of blackest night. Alas, no rest the guilty find from the pursuing furies of the mind.
Scene 4. To her Iole.
Lo, the fair fatal cause of all this ruin. Fly from my sight, detested sorceress, fly, lest my ungoverned fury rush upon thee, and scatter thee to all the winds of heaven. Alas, I rave. The lovely maid is innocent, and I alone the guilty cause of all.
Though torn from every joy, a father's love, my native land, and dear-prized liberty, by Hercules' arms still I must pity the countless woes of this unhappy house. My breast with tender pity swells at sight of human woe, and sympathetic anguish feels where'er heaven strikes the blow.
Scene 5. To them priest of Jupiter, Hyllus and Trachinians.
Princess, rejoice, whose heaven-directed hand has raised Alcides to the court of Jove.
Speak, priest. What means this dark, mysterious greeting? That he is dead, and by this fatal hand too sure, alas, my bleeding heart divines.
Borne by his own command to Oeta's top, stretched on a funeral pile the hero lay. The crackling flames surround his manly limbs, when lo, an eagle stooping from the clouds, swift to the burning pyre his flight directs. There lights a moment, then with speedy wing regains the sky. Astonished, we consult the sacred grove, where sounds oracular from vocal oaks disclose the mind of Jove. Here the great sire his offspring's fate declared. His mortal part by eating fires consumed, his part immortal to Olympus borne, there with assembled deities to dwell. He who for Atlas propped the sky, now sees the spheres beneath him lie. in bright abodes of kindred gods, a new admitted guest with purple lips brisk nectar sips, and shares the ambrosial feast.
Words are too faint to speak the warring passions that combat in my breast. Grief, wonder, joy, by turns deject and elevate my soul.
Priest of Jupiter to Iole.
Nor less thy destiny, illustrious maid, is Jove's peculiar care, who thus decrees: Hymen with purest joys of love shall crown Oechalia's princess, and the son of Hercules.
How blessed is Hyllus, if the lovely Iole, consenting, ratifies the gift of heaven.
What Jove ordains, can Iole resist? O prince, whose virtues all admire, since Jove has every bar removed, I feel my vanquished heart conspire to crown a flame by heaven approved.
O princess, whose exalted charms above ambition fire my breast, how great my joy to fill those arms at once with love and empire blest.
I grieve no more, since now I see all happiness restored in thee.
I ask no more, since now I find all earthly good in thee combined.
Ye sons of freedom, now in every clime, with joyful accents sing the deathless chief, by virtue to the starry mansions raised.
To him your grateful notes of praise belong, the theme of liberty's immortal song. Called by his name, oppression shuns the light, and slavery hides her head in depths of night. While happy climes to his example owe the blessings that from peace and freedom flow. Finis. End of Act 3. End of Hercules by Georg Friedrich Händel and Thomas Broughton.